Hey guys, it's Sarah and I am here with my next layout for Annabelle's album for Mini Monday, and this is one that I'm going to be a complete redo. So this is the original. It's actually a little double page 8x8 spread. This is about a cancer scare that we had with her about 3 weeks after we adopted her or something popped up. So we got a little scared. So I just have pictures of her here. Like it was an open sore on her cheek that popped up and we had to take her to the vet and get it removed. And this is her after the surgery. So she had to get it removed and tested and everything. Luckily it was benign, but it was pretty scary for us because we weren't sure, what was going to happen with that. But I still want to record that because that was a definitely, important time. So I'm not going to keep anything on this except for the pictures, obviously. So I will try to get the pictures off okay. And then I'm going to just completely redo this into one 8.5 by 11 album. So I have just pulled a pattern paper here and I'm going to mat it on the back since it is a pretty busy paper. I'm going to have a clean edge on the side. And then I just pulled a couple little papers here for layering. And then hopefully I can use one of these for a journal card since it is a pretty good story I'm going to be telling. So that's kind of where I'm starting. I'm not sure how I'm going to embellish it yet, but this is going to be a complete redo. So this is the only one I'm going to have in this video. I hope you enjoy it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started by taking off my pictures, and I'm going to keep the labels with them as well, the before and after labels. I am using a Cricut tool, actually. I don't have a Cricut, I have a Silhouette, but I liked the thickness of the Cricut removing tool better than the Silhouette. The Silhouette one is smaller, so I just got that at Hobby Lobby one day, and it's really good for, getting things up like this, especially if it's been stuck down for a while. It kind of helps break apart those all that adhesive and stuff. So that was nice and handy for that. If I tried to just pull it up, on my own, I could have ripped the pictures. So that worked out nicely. And now I'm going to go ahead and cut down my cardstock to an 8.5 by 11. This is just a regular brown cardstock. I don't know the manufacturer on it, but this paper here is from Die Cuts with a View, and it has hearts with little paw prints in the center of all of them, and it's super cute. So I'm going to cut this down by 1/4 inch and let that be my background paper over the brown mat there. So it's going to give it a nice clean edge. And then I am going to take my pictures and I'm going to put them on top of this piece here. Now this piece is not thick enough to go to the edges or to make like a mat on them. So I'm going to purposely overlay them here. And so each one is going to kind of hang off the side a little bit. And this is just a little piece of craft paper. That was a scrap. And then this piece right here is also a scrap from another layout that I just did. So I'm going to go ahead and use this to kind of ground everything. And it's a nice dark solid against that busy pattern there. All right, so I'm going to pull out these cards here from Simple Stories. And I'm looking for a journaling card. However, I'm realizing they're really big. I'm not going to have room. So I'm trying to see if there's anything I could maybe cut up, but I really didn't see anything that was going to work for me, but I do need a good sized journaling spot. This one right here I am going to use for something else, but I'm just going to keep it to the side for a second. All right, so I'm going to work on my title while I think about that, and my title is going to be The Scare. And I'm using these thickers, which are called Woodland, and they're just a nice wood grain thicker. They're chipboard. I don't have any E's, so I'm using an F, and then I'm using little like dash marks to make the bottom of the E there. You can definitely tell that I did it, but I don't know. I'm to a point where I don't really care about that anymore. As long as you can, see it and it looks like an E, it's fine. So I'm going to go ahead and put these away. And then I'm going to end up putting my title right there. However, I'm trying to think if I want to put something underneath it so that it doesn't blend in too much to that pattern behind it. And I feel like this is going to be the good solution here. So I'm just going to put it on this white card. And I'm going to cut it down so that all you can see is white. So it's going to look almost just like a white piece of cardstock. But that's a card I'm not planning on using. It's not the type of dogs that we own, so I don't really plan on using that card at all anyway, so it just kind of made the nice little layering piece here. So I'm just going to stick it right on top. And then I am going to use my quick dry adhesive and I'm going to stick these down since they are chipboard. I'm going to put some extra adhesive because they're not very sticky. And then I am going to work on my journaling here. So I have this little kind of notebook 3x4 card that I got from Studio Calico. It was like an advertisement on the other side for one of their lines a while ago. And it has a nice pink stripe on the side. So I'm going to go ahead and use that here for the journaling. And I'm just going to talk about, you know, our cancer scare and what happened and all that stuff. And I'm going to fill up that card with journaling there. And then I am going to look through my stuff here. I am going to add a flare badge, and it's just one that says my dog, but it has kind of the same colors that are going on in the background there. And then I'm going to take a look at it. I just don't feel like it needs a whole lot because that background paper is very busy. I am going to do a little bit, one more little thing to the title here because I feel like that cardstock needs to stand out a little bit. So I'm just going to take my pen and I'm going to outline it with a double outline. That just kind of helps give it a little bit more definition against the busy paper. But I'm going to come back here in just a second and talk to you live. Hey guys, all right, so I'm going to call this done. I keep looking at it and thinking I just didn't add very much, but this background paper is so busy. I really don't think that anything I add is going to make an impact. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and leave it as it is. So basically I just have some pattern paper, the title, the journaling, and a flare badge, and then that's it. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave this as it is. I can always go back and add to it later if I really, really want to, but as I'm looking at it right now, I really don't think it needs anything else. So I am just going to be done. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.